My name is Edward Lyon. I built this 20 volt 4 amp battery pack for less than $10. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I did it. I was looking for a 20 volt battery pack for my cordless tools. I already had several 1.5 amp packs, but I wanted a stronger one for bigger jobs. I found the price tag of $80, like Warren Buffett's airplane, indefensible, especially since I already had the lithium-ion batteries. All I needed was the outer case and the printed circuit board. Then my good friend Roger in Sarasota, Florida suggested I look on AliExpress. He said they had cases for less than $10, and he was right. I purchased this case, installed my own batteries, and it works great. I enjoyed the project so much, I decided to make another one. Only this time, I would make a video for YouTube University in case others wanted to duplicate this process. If you decide to make this battery pack, you will need a case that includes the printed circuit board and the metal strips to connect the batteries. You may or may not need the wires that connect the printed circuit board to the metal strips. In the first case I made, the wires were already attached to the printed circuit board. In this case, there are no wires, so I will supply these, and I will have to solder them to the printed circuit board myself. You will also need a multimeter, solder, and 10 18650 lithium-ion batteries. These 10, which I'm going to use in this pack, are salvaged, which I removed from another case. I've already measured these, and they measure 4 volts each and 2500 milliamps. So when I finish this project, I will have a 20 volt 5 amp battery pack, and you will need a soldering iron. One of the first things that you will want to do is to examine the printed circuit board, or PCB. In the original pack that I constructed, the wires were already attached, as in this example. That made the job much easier. In the one I purchased lately, the wires are not attached, and so I will have to do that. But in looking at the board, you will notice that on the right-hand side, there's a larger black wire, and on the left side, there is a larger red wire. The reason these are larger is because they will carry the full 20 volts. Now, there is also 4 smaller wires on the circuit board, and they will go to specific spots on the battery pack. You will also notice that they are numbered. On the left-hand side, they are the odd numbers 1 and 3, and on the right-hand side, they are numbered 2 and 4. That refers to the number of cells that will be attached to each of these wires. For example, on the one marked 1, that will be attached and carry the voltage of 1 cell. 3 will carry 3 cells, 2 will carry 2 cells, and 4 will carry 4 cells. It's important that each one of these be attached to the correct position. More on that later. I have soldered the wires onto the printed circuit board as per specifications, and now I will attach it to the case using the screw provided. And I've also placed 2 batteries with the negative side facing the black wire, and I've also placed 2 positive cells on the opposite side for this wire here. And I will now go ahead and attach the metal strip. Okay, so I've attached one strip to the negative wires, the batteries, and I will attach the black wire to that, and I have one strip holding the two positive batteries together, and I will attach the large red wire to that one. Okay, I attached the negative black wire to two negative battery sides here and attached that there, and they did the same thing to the positive on the far other side. Now it's a matter of putting the batteries in and attaching these four smaller red wires. I have now inserted the additional 8 batteries, and the process is straightforward. Each column is the opposite of the one on each side. So starting with the negative, these were negative positions, so now we have positive, negative, positive, and negative. And just the reversed order on the other side. If we start with the positive here, with the large red wire, then it goes negative, positive, negative, and positive. Now the next process is to solder these strips to the batteries in groups of 4. So there'll be one strip here, and one strip here, and the same thing on the reverse side. I'm going to go ahead and solder these in now. I've now soldered all of the batteries together on each side using the strips. Now, so we have 4 strips here, and we have 4 wires. Which ones goes to which? Well, it's fairly easy to find out. Over here on this side, we have 12 volts and 4 volts. So one of these should be about 4 volts. And so that's the first one. And this one here should be 12 volts. And that is correct. And on this side, there should be one with 8 volts and 16. The first one says 8 volts. That is 16 volts. So I'll go ahead and solder the correct wire to the correct position. I've attached the red wires to each of the correct strips. But let's do a double check just to make sure that everything is correct. Now, if this is wired correctly, I'll get the same voltage across all 4 of the terminals. 20.1, 20.1, 20.1. That looks good. Now let's check each of the smaller strips. This one is marked 4 volts. Close enough. This is marked 12. That's 12. This one is marked 16. That's 16. And then this one is 8. That's 8. It looks good, but will it work? There are 2 ways to determine if this is wired correctly. First, will it charge? And this one is charging. That is a positive sign. Now the second one is, will it operate a tool? Great.